Alright, hello everybody, and welcome back to the WitchCraft SMP. I am your host Elsewhere, and I am very excited, because at the end of the last stream, I had gotten completely beaten down, defeated, fighting the Shade of Leonard, who is the most powerful witchery boss, historically the demon patron of witchcraft, all sorts of good stuff. And I was completely unable to defeat him. He trampled all over me, destroyed a bunch of my stuff. I spent a ton of resources and potions and battled him all the way across the map from here. I guess actually I could show you if we go to my journey map. Started down in the south in this area that I'd made for it, and then slowly made our way up towards my own home. And I fought him for hours and hours, and when I last signed off the stream, it looked like I wasn't going to be able to beat him, but as you may have already noticed, there is something in my inventory that was not here. Nereza, I'm doing an intro. Do you want... I want to go in the house too, Nereza, but Leonard destroyed my house keys, so now I have to replace every wooden door in the entire area. Yeah. Anyway, Leonard's urn, we got it. I successfully managed to beat him, again, after hours of trying, and got his loot, which includes a demon heart. Nereza, please. Here, I'll go onto the roof. Which includes a demon heart. It was an enchanted book of Respiration 3, which was kind of nice. And most importantly, Leonard's urn. So as you can see in the description, if you put a brew into the urn, which you right-click to open, there are 4 slots, but currently only one of them is open to me because I only have a level 1 urn. You have to defeat Leonard 4 times in order to get the maximum level urn. You put a brew in here, and then with your Mystic Branch, you draw this symbol, and you can activate the brew as many times as you want at the cost of some infusion power. Now, I can't demonstrate that to you at the moment because one of the things that Leonard destroyed was my Mystic Branch. So I can't actually use the urn that we got from him, but that's okay, because I don't want to use it just yet. My plan for today is I'm going to show off the strategy that I used for defeating Leonard, because I think it's relatively simple compared to a lot of the guides I've seen online. It's lots of fun, it's very cool and thematic for my character here in particular, so I'm going to walk you through the entire process, which has the added advantage of showing you a few aspects of witchery that I haven't actually shown on stream before. So, for now, just to keep it safe, also we are going through the roofs of everything because I haven't taken the time to replace the doors yet. I'm going to very carefully put Leonard's urn away so it can remain safely there. And let's get down to business. So the first thing I want to show you actually is going to require a pickaxe, which I don't have. All of my stuff, as you may remember from last time, is scattered throughout so many chests. My chests in here, in the secret room. All of these chests outside have a bunch of random stuff in them too, over there. And there's even still some stuff back in my ender chest and in the chest I left over at the old Leonard area. Basically, it's all a mess, and I'm going to have to take a while to clean it up. But that is not the focus right now. The focus right now is the first step in my foolproof killing Leonard strategy, which is these. Not these specifically. We're going to be making a slightly different form of this, but this is a scarecrow. It is one of the 3 types of bound fetish. Which, yes, I know, which allows you to seal, here we go, yeah, here, you may use the rite of binding to bind spectral creatures into a fetish to create permanent effects that exist in the world. Voodoo protection, which helps your protection poppets work better. Sentinel, that's what this is, and what my other, I have another scarecrow somewhere over there. They trap specters in them, and then if somebody who isn't me, or the Lady of the Hunt, arrives in the area around my house, they will launch the specters. And specters are terrifying because they cut right through your armor. So they deal a lot of damage, they deal it fast, and no armor can protect you from them. So they are a very impressive guard dog, basically. Shrieking, I haven't used this one yet, but it screams when a beings that it's not safe for are nearby. Also gives off a redstone signal. Disorientation, which confuses them, gives them nausea, makes neutral mobs hostile, that kind of thing. And last, but certainly not least, the one we're going to be using today, ghost walking fetishes. So, a ghost walking fetish, normally, when there is a boy, this is a whole complex process. A ghost walking fetish allows a manifested player to remain manifested indefinitely. And what that means is that a player who has used the rite of manifestation, we're going to be using all three of these books today: Conjuration and Fetishes, Circle Magic, and Witch's Brews. The Rite of Manifestation, which is this: Spectral Dust, Mellifluous Hunger, Necromantic Stone, Golden Pickaxe, Arthana, and Gunpowder in this 7x7 circle. And in fact, I have the ritual set up right here. But I have already used it on myself. So if we right-click myself with my Seer's Stone, you can see the first line of information is, can manifest for 160 seconds. So if I didn't have any manifestation power left, I would put those ingredients in the circle, and then I would right-click the center with my Seer's Stone. That part is important, because the more witches are involved in the ritual, the longer you have manifested. Then you can travel into the spirit world via a brew of sleeping, which, let's go dig through the roof of my sleeping hut. It's another death. There are death markers literally all over the place. Grab a brew of sleeping. I'm getting pretty low, so I'll actually have to get another one. I should have enough for this fight, but I'll definitely have to make more soon. Drink your brew of sleeping. Enter the spirit world. And then where you would like to re-emerge in the waking world, you set up a portal. So I'm going up to where I've set up my manifestation portal, which is right up here. And the portal consists of 8 blocks of snow arranged like this, and then you strike the center with a brew of flowing spirit. Now this is one that we've talked about a lot. It's an ingredient in space meat, it's an ingredient in the bark belt, but just one more time. You need fanciful thread, Spanish moss, water artichoke, glintweed, mandrake, and wool of bat, all of which have to be obtained in the spirit world, the one we're in right now. The wool of bat probably being the most difficult because you have to go down into caves and find them, and that's the only place you get mobs in the spirit world, so it's a little more dangerous. Anyway, you also need mutandis in order to get these 3, or these 2, and you also need to find seeds for the rest. And fanciful thread, you need a spinning wheel, gather some wispy cotton and string, odor of purity from a hawthorn, which you also have to get with mutandis. The whole normal process for starting up WitchCraft. You got to do it. You can see my house just over here, partially burned down, which is where I set it all up, made my flowing spirit. And then once you've landed the flowing spirit on here, I'll also show the brew of sleeping. We might make that later just because we're going to need to. Purified milk, whiff of magic, cookie, icy needle, brew of love, and water artichoke. Purified milk, we used some of this last time. It's milk, odor of purity, and clay jars. Brew of love is another one that we've used a lot of. These are the ingredients. All relatively simple, not that difficult to get. Getting to a jungle to get the cocoa was the big difficult thing early on in the server, but once you've done that, you're good to go. So, brew of sleeping, get you in here. Once you're here, make the brew of flowing spirit and this portal. And then a player who has... Hang on. It's a little weird to get into. But a player who has manifestation energy can walk through this portal and appear in the waking world. So as you can see right now, I am currently transparent. I am not actually the first person that you have seen astrally project on this server. The Lady of the Hunt did it during the first meeting of the United Congress. But that's her normal method of interacting with us mortals. It's a little bit more complex when I do it because I'm native to the waking world, so I've got to get in there, get set up, travel through, back through, etc. Anyway, in this form, most significantly, I cannot be killed. except by one thing, which means that as long as my manifestation power doesn't run out, I am immortal. Normally, my manifestation power would be slowly decreasing over time. You saw it was 160 seconds, but at the moment it should still be 160 seconds because of this right here. This is called a witch's ladder. It's one of the other forms of ghost walking fetish. So let me actually... Alright, so the three fetishes are, if I can type, a scarecrow, which is the one that you saw down at my house, which is usually the first fetish that someone makes, because it requires tormented twine, which is what you get on your first trip into the spirit world, and some wool, sticks, a jack-o'-lantern. It's easy to make, but it doesn't have effects on its own until you've performed a binding ritual, which is a whole process. The second type is the Trent effigy, which swaps in wood for the sticks and wool, but uses twice as much tormented twine. So I don't actually use these a lot, even though they look super cool. The last, and the one that I am using most of the time, because I think it looks the nicest, and it's also the easiest for me to make, is the Witch's Ladder, which is 6 feathers, 2 string, and fanciful thread, which is made by spinning wispy cotton with odor of purity, like we just discussed. Except I can make this in the waking world, and since I have so much wispy cotton from my trips in the spirit world and from the lady, I can just make these for days. So, that's the Witch's Ladder. It has been given my tag lock, and I've set it using a bowline to target me specifically to prevent me from losing manifestation time. As a result, as long as I am within an 8-block cube of this thing, or I think it's 8-block radius, my manifestation time will not go down. You'll notice this convenient hole is shaped more or less how we would need it to remain within that area. This is where I killed Leonard. And this chest is where I kept the supplies for it, most of which have been spent at this point. But I'm going to work on refilling them at the start of this stream, and then I'm going to fight Leonard and get the second tier of the urn. So the importance of the Witch's Ladder here is that as long as I am here, I am indestructible. Even Leonard's attacks, even his spirits, cannot kill me. Mortal Coil still can. So I still have to defeat him within a certain period of time, or he will kill me. However, because of the weirdness of being astrally projected, I will remain in my astral form, but be bumped back to my bed in my house as if I were awake. So I just have to quickly fly back here before I run out of manifestation energy and continue the fight. So this invalidates the need for fire resistance, for regeneration, all of those fancy potions, cure debuffs, everything I was making to fight him last time is completely unnecessary now, because I cannot be killed. I cannot be harmed. I can be knocked around a bit, but as long as I stay within this area, I'll be fine. And in fact, this is a valid strategy for pretty much any boss that you can get to stay in the contained area. I have not tested it against death yet, but I do believe I am impervious to death's attacks. I'll have to actually properly test it. If Baba Yaga comes to get you, this could be a tactic to protect yourself. If you're able to contain a wither, obviously you'd have to do it underground or something, because otherwise it would just blow its way out, and you'd remove yourself from the 8-block radius. You can fight it all like this and be pretty much impossible to hurt. So, of course, once you want to go back without losing the rest of your manifestation energy, you got to go find an icy needle, which I probably should have had one waiting for me. But since I didn't, we'll just go over to my snow bells over here. You see, I took damage, but I cannot actually take the final point of damage. Alright. Snowbell, plant the snowbell, icy needle. I now, quote-unquote, wake up. I'm back in the spirit world. I don't have any icy needles here either, so I'm going to go over to Nir's garden. grab some icy needles there, and then wake up in the waking world, and we will finish our prep work. Alright, are any of these fully grown? You look fully grown. No needle? Yeah, snowbells are annoying. Still no needle. There we go. Alright. And now I will wake up back in... Oh, on top of my house, apparently. That's unusual. That has not happened before. Alright. Anyway, let's go back here. And just for the sake of it, I am going to show you the entire process of creating a ghost walking fetish. Cover them back up. What do we got? Inundated with iron. Not bad. Because they're cool and I like making them, and they're useful for a lot of things. Obviously, I don't have one around my house currently, so I figured it might be nice. And here it is, the Witch's Ladder. To bind a fetish so that I can work around my house while astrally projected, in case that becomes useful. So, to do that, as you can see here, we need to bind 3 spirits, 1 specter, and 1 banshee. And the specters and banshees are the reason that I'm wearing the gear I'm currently wearing. That is earmuffs and necromancer's robes. Necromancer's robes most of the time mean that the ghosts will not notice me and won't attack me, which is good because, again, as I mentioned, the specters could just outright kill me very easily. The earmuffs protect me from the banshees, which scream and while away your health. Alright, so it said 3 spirits. I've got plenty. A specter and a banshee. So let's go back to... There we go. A banshee is wormwood, condensed fear, and graveyard dust. And a specter is wormwood, wool of bat, and graveyard dust. Handily, I happen to have exactly those ingredients in my inventory already. So now let's go down to my spirit binding area. Are there any spirits currently down here? No. Good. Okay. As you can see, during one time when the summoning went wrong, I've blocked it off with stone because the specters were killing me. So this is a brazier. I don't remember if I've talked about a brazier on stream before, but it is necessary for all conjurations. It consists of a necromantic stone, iron sticks. A necromantic stone I do think I have made on stream, but I'll pull up the recipe anyway. If we go back here to the rite of necromancy, it's an attuned stone with bone, flesh, ash, an iron sword, and spectral dust. And that gives you a necromantic stone, which can be used to control summoned undead, which I haven't done a lot of. I'm not much of a necromancer when it comes to, you know, those slimy, gross skeletons and zombies and all of that jazz. I am mostly here for spirits, which are much more elegant, much more powerful. So, the way to get one of these spirits... My weapons are useless against them, so I'm just going to put them out of the way. Let's start with the... oops, wrong book. Start with the specter. Wormwood, wool of bat, and graveyard dust. You put them into the brazier. Wormwood, wool of bat, graveyard dust. Graveyard dust, as I believe we've shown before, is a combination of spectral dust, bone meal, and mutandis. And then, oh man, I'm so used to using my mystic branch to light my brazier, but it's dead and I'm sad. So I need to go grab a flint and steel. Do I have one just lying around, maybe? Because that'd be great. No, I don't. Okay. Grab a flint. Actually, I could just do it here. I was making some purified milk in this crafting bench. Alright. Flint and steel. I'll leave the clay jars there. I'm going to have to clean up everything around my entire house, but I'm in no rush. Right now, the focus is beating Leonard, because after all, I can't refill my inventory with valuable stuff until I've successfully done the whole process. Alright. So that is everything. Now I grab my flint and steel, and I light it, and I fly very quickly up here where I think I'm less likely to get killed. I know that the Necromancer's robes most of the time protect, but I have had some bad experiences with summoning a specter that did not care that I was wearing Necromancer's robes and decided it was going to murder me anyway. So I have learned to be careful. The brazier will burn for a bit, and then it will go out, and a specter will be summoned. There are a variety of conjurations available here. Oh, there it is. Is that it? Yes, hello. Hello, Mr. Spectre. Alright, I'm going to do something risky. Are you hostile? You're not. Lovely. Alright, I could throw a brew of revealing at it. We could see it a little bit better. But I think we know what's up. Hello. Alright. So yeah, other conjurations like, let's see, like the Graveyard Mist, or the Deathly Veil. Drain Growth is one I like. They burn for as long as they have power. Some of them have a time limit. Others draw their power from the effects they're having in the world, etc., etc. But for the summoning ones, specifically Summon Spectre and Summon Banshee, and I believe there is a secret ritual for summoning poltergeists, which are used for summoning death mostly, but I'm not sure of it at the moment. Summon Banshee. These just burn until they succeed at summoning a spirit, at which point you had better have a good idea what you're doing with the spirit. Speaking of which, while that burns, let's grab our Rite of Binding. Hang on, it's in here. Alright. You can also use these spectral creatures in a spectral stone, which lets you carry them wherever you want and then spawn them as your minions. But it is difficult to get them back into the stone again. You've got to set up the ritual again. And you need an extra necromantic stone to control them. So I've investigated this, and I'll probably end up doing it at some point. It looks like fun. But for now, I'm mostly using the fetishes. So, bind spectral creatures to a scarecrow, Trent Effigy, or witch's ladder to create an effect. We need a scarecrow or a Trent Effigy or a witch's ladder. An attuned stone, a necromantic stone, and a bowline. Bowline? I never feel like I'm pronouncing that right. Oh, hello. Our banshee is here. Are you going to scream? Ah, yes, there we go. Yeah, I can't hear you at all. I'm not taking any damage. Earmuffs, baby. Alright, let's go grab our ingredients. Actually, I think my attuned stone is still over. Yeah. Attuned. Is it charged? No, it's not. Okay, I'll take this one. An attuned stone. I'm sure I have a necromantic stone somewhere. Is it in my rituals? Man, I cannot wait to be organized and have everything hiding in my inventory again, just like it used to. Okay. Attuned stone, necromantic stone, and the bowline, which I have. And the witch's ladder. Okay, we are ready. So, as you may have noticed, down here... How's my altar doing? Great. As you may have noticed, I have circles set up down here. Whoop. These circles are what's necessary in order to perform the binding. They are not necessary for the brazier to operate, but they do allow us to put the things we have summoned into one of these. Oh, no, I don't. There. All right. Skadoosh. Oh, wait, no. I forgot to put down the spirits, which is a very important step. Doop. All right, 3 spirits, and then one of the other 2. I can see you screaming in the background there. Necromantic stone, witch's ladder. But why is one of them already there? Okay. Witch's ladder, necromantic stone, attuned stone, bowline, back up, activate. This is a finicky science, but hello, Spectre. You're about to be a fetish. Woo! Alright, so now we have the ghost walking fetish. There is one more step. we need to put ourselves... Actually, hang on. I didn't pick up any of my gear from that. The necromantic stone and the bowline should have dropped. Yes. Alright. I need the bowline to alter the mode on the fetish, and I need a taglock of myself in order to make the fetish recognize me. So, that, and then we will figure out where's the best place to put this. So I probably want the brewing area to be within range. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, around here, maybe? This seems like a nice place. But I also want it to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, okay. This little spot right here is going to get our ghost walking fetish. Alright, and now I give it my tag lock, and you can see it's currently disabled and it only knows me. But if I cycle through the options, players not in the list, players in the list. This is the one that we'll use. There's also anything not in the list, activate only if the list is not around, activate if one of the people in the list is not around, disabled. So most of those are more useful for the Shrieking and the Sentinel. For this one, I'm just activating for players in blacklist, which is me. So while I'm manifested in this area, I won't lose any charge. Actually, let's see. 110 seconds. So I did spend some of my manifestation power as I flew back and forth from here, and as I got the needle, stood outside the radius, all of that. Okay. I can put on my actual armor now, although it won't be necessary or helpful momentarily once we travel. Alright, so as demonstrated with that, obviously I have the other one set up in the Leonard area. Now we can move on to the actual process of summoning and fighting Leonard. There was one big mistake that I made last time, and that was when he summons the spirits the first time, you have to kill them all before you can damage him again. But once he enters his final stage, at which point he casts the Brew of Resizing on himself, becomes giant, summons more spirits, you no longer have to kill the spirits to damage him. The only reason I thought I did was because I was using a sword still. When he reaches that phase, the only way to harm him is with a Brew of Demon Bane. So you have, even though, you know, magical attacks don't work on him for 75% of his process, they are required in order to defeat him, which is why I could never take out that last chunk of his health. So, here I have the necessary ingredients for summoning and defeating Leonard using my strategy. You may have noticed the the splash potions of Harm 2 up in the area where we fought him. That is because these are actually cheaper than any witchery harm potions, which means, and it only takes 2 of them to kill a blue spirit. So to fight the blue spirits, I make a bunch of these potions, splash potions of harming. You can see the ingredients down here: netherwort, spider's eye, glowstone, fermented spider's eye, and gunpowder. To fight the red spirits, I use a flint and steel. And then to fight the green spirits, I just use my sword, which I'll be stashing for myself. As you may have noticed, when I travel into the spirit world, I don't keep any of my belongings. When I travel from the spirit world into the waking world via manifestation, I also don't keep any of my belongings. So I'm going to store the tools I need in that chest by Leonard, the Leonard area, and then I will, once I manifest, I'll grab them and fight him. Okay. So let's start by brewing. This bottom one is for the potions of Harm 2. The top one is the recipe for summoning Leonard in the first place. And then this is the recipe for the Brew of Demon Bane that I am using against him. It doesn't use any expensive materials. It's just capacity 5, power 3, Demon Bane, and then extent 4, lingering 3, and gas dispersal. So these gas potions will be the way that we beat him. But for once, we're actually going to use the vanilla Minecraft brewing setup. Oh, hang on. I need to grab some of those glass bottles. So, got a lot here. So let's do 12 glass bottles. I'm making more than I need for one defeat of Leonard, but I am going to be beating him 2 more times off screen so that I can max out my urn to level 4. At which point I can store 4 brews in it. Now, you don't need the space because you can just swap the brews in and out. But it is the most useful to just have 4 of them on hand, and then if you need to swap a brew in for a specific purpose, you can do that. But basically, once you have the urn, you never need to actually use up a potion again, except in instances where you've run out of infusion power. But I have a trick for that, which you guys will be seeing. Once I've gotten the whole Leonard thing sorted out, got him beaten and everything, I'm going to start brewing up some high-level spells that I can store in the urn. So we've got that. Throw in the spider's eye to make it a poison potion. But because those are going to be pretty short, it won't take too long to demonstrate the various brews and spells that I want to try. I'll probably do them as quick, like exclusives for our YouTube channel. It's just like a 10-minute video of me explaining a specific brew, making it, and then showing it off. So head over to our YouTube channel later this week to check out the first one of that. Alright, so then we upgrade the poison with the glowstone, and then we change it with the fermented spider's eye into a potion of harming, and then last of all, we add gunpowder to make it a splash potion of harming. Alright, while that's doing, I will grab another set for another batch. And we can start talking about the Demon Bane. 1, 2, 4, 5. All right. We'll throw another round in, do that, and we can actually summon Leonard at this point, which will be easier now that we're doing it at home, where I definitely have enough altar power instead of that whole mess where we were trying to give it enough altar power over in the place over there, up on the plateau. I decided that I might as well, since the place that I ended up killing him is up on the mountain outside Greenmount. Yes, he did in fact, Attack on Titan style, attack Greenmount's wall and all of that jazz in his giant form. It was very epic. I figured I'd set up over there, so we might as well just summon him here at home. In fact, let's do that now. Let me put away the extra stuff in my inventory first. Because again, he's not hostile when you first summon him, so we can summon him whenever and just vibe with him for a bit until we're ready to fight. Those in, Netherwort. Alright, at this point we no longer need our Conjuration and Fetishes. We probably won't need our Circle Magic book either anymore. We're just on to the Brewing. And I will put away also my Seer Stone. I don't need that anymore except to check manifestation time, which I'll know because I'll stop being manifested. And the Razor Feathers, which we don't need anymore. We do need the Brew of Endless Water. I think this is ordinary dirt. I'm not sure why it's in my inventory. I think I broke dirt at some point, obviously. I can put away all of this is good. That's 2 more batches. Splash Potion. Put away the nice pick. Okay. Awkward Potion. Let's add a Spider Eye. And let's go summon Leonard. So this, again, as mentioned last time, we are just creating maximum capacity, or not quite maximum capacity. Leonard actually only requires 12 capacity, so I'm not sure why I keep adding this Mandrake like it requires an additional capacity, but it really doesn't. We can confirm here. If we go to effects, level 12, summon Leonard. So skip the Mandrake. Netherwort for 2, Tear of the Goddess for 2, Diamond Vapor for 2, Diamond for 2, that is 8, and then a Nether Star for 4, bringing us to 12, and then we throw in the witch's hat, and it becomes a ritual, and Leonard will spawn. Oh dear, my triffids are going to attack him. Hang on, I need to get a tag lock so I can tell them he's fine. Not that they can hurt him. Alright. Yeah, they see there he is completely unperturbed by them trying to kill him. Alright, well, I'll take one off him. Thank you, Leonard. Which one of you is the sapling? Which one of you is the origin? There you go. Okay, sapling. Hold still. Hold still. Sapling. Sapling. There you go. The sapling is no longer hostile to Leonard. You, one of the sapling's children, still is, but that's fine because Leonard does not care. Alright, he's going to vibe here for a little bit while we let our altar recharge and continue brewing. Yeah, because that blew out a big chunk of the power. Leonard will hang around. If you try and perform cauldron rituals, he'll help out. He's a friendly NPC most of the time until you challenge him. His health bar will stay at the top of the screen, though. But we aren't going to be performing any rituals at the moment. We've just summoned him with the intention of fighting him again. When we do decide to do rituals that span multiple dimensions, if we ever... I probably won't be doing that unless we get into a war of some kind, so let's hope that doesn't become necessary. Let's also grab some food. Hang on, was that... Yes, pork chop. Alright, and I'll put away this other tag lock kit. Chow down on some pork. While the altar recharges, let's continue brewing here. We need to upgrade the potion. Alright. And then let's go check out our Demon Bane. Let's get it. Alright. Grab that, that, and that. Alright, so that is a total of 2.5 more batches. Will you leave him alone? Are you... Leonard, why are you trying to leave? It's so nice here. I'll let you out in a minute. We will have to get him up onto the mountainside, which means punching him and then letting him chase us all the way up, and then dying and then resetting and then beginning the fight. But we'll get to that in a moment. Okay, we're at poison 2, convert it to harm. And let's put on some robes for brewing, which is not necessary because this is a cauldron brew, but I like doing it anyway because it feels professional, and eventually my armor will be proper witch's armor. All right. We are also, if you want to, make a bunch of this at once, you can always make a brew of brew bottling, which is a level 4 effect consisting of a drop of luck that allows any witch who already has 30 or higher brewing skill to make even more brews per cauldron. My brewing skill at this point is in the 50s or 60s, so I'm already making a bunch per. I am actually planning on making the first spell that I craft for my urn is going to be one of brew bottling, and I highly recommend that be the first one you make once you get the urn, because then all future spells that you make, you can just throw down the brew bottling effect on you before you do it and then get a bunch of extra, which is good because if you're making top level brews, you're going to be spending a lot of valuable resources. So, but just since I'm just making 2 batches here, it's not worth the whole time and energy of investing in a brew of brew bottling just right now. I might make one after we beat Leonard, though, as preparation for making all my spells. Alright. Let's grab Mandrake, Netherwort, Tear of the Goddess, Glowstone, Blaze Rod, Ice. Alright, capacity 1. 3, 5. 5 capacity. Power 3, Demon Bane. And then we need wood ash, cocoa, cotton, belladonna, lapis, and wool of bat. And let's make it a gas brew. Wood ash, cocoa, wispy cotton, that's level 4 extent. Belladonna and lapis, that's level 3 lingering. Wool of bat. And I forgot glass bottles. Alright. Do we have enough? We have plenty. We've recharged to full. So let's bottle us some Demon Bane. Alright. As you can see, I'm a highly skilled witch at this point. I got 5 brews out of that one cauldron. That is Gas 5, Linger 3, Demon Bane 3. Alright, let's refill it with our Brew of Endless Water. Put away. So grab this back. Alright, and how much are we at now? That took about 4,000 of our altar power, so we have plenty to do the other batch immediately. Mandrake. Netherwort, Tear of the Goddess, that's 5 capacity. Upgrade power to 3, Demon Bane. Wood ash, cocoa, and wispy cotton for gas 4. Belladonna and lapis for lingering 3, and wool of bat to make it gas. It's the right color. And let's bottle away. Nice, okay, I got 5 again that time. So, this is a pretty solid stack. You should only need 3 to 5 potions at most in order to defeat Leonard. If you're really lucky, you can do it with a lot less than that, but you just gotta squarely land him in a couple of the gas clouds and not have him burn them all up. But you'll see all of that momentarily. Right, let's put these in here for now. Let's run over back inside and continue making some of our potions. They're up to harming 2, so let's gunpowder them. And we'll make 2 more batches and be ready to fight, actually. So let's see. Can fly. All right. Once this is done, we'll throw the next batch in. Okay. And let's just make a little space. There's my pan. We'll actually probably be using my pan in order to help get Leonard up. Let's see that. 1, 2, 3. Alright. So all the supplies there. Swap out my armor. I'll actually probably take my armor off right now. Not space in there. Where is it? There's space up here. Okay. Take all my armor off because I don't need it, and I don't want it getting lost when I get mortal coiled the first time. So, I can put away the Brew of Endless Water. I need the flint and steel, the sword, these splash potions of harming. I don't need witch's brews. I don't need more glass bottles, but panic will be useful. So let's, okay, that's being made. We'll add the glowstone. Grab the extra potions from outside, and let's take a trip up to the killing area. 2, 3. Alright, Leonard. The best way for this to get you out of here is probably going to be if I break this dirt. And I punch you. And now we run. Yep, and there... Oh, that's Mortal Coil. I've got 1.5 minutes to get him up here. So, I may use my extremely powerful knockback weapon to help with this process, but he's pretty as you can see, he's pretty persistent. He will just follow you. He'll follow you to the edge of his range, and then he will start firing potion effects at you. So just be careful. Let's see if I can get him. Stupid hallucinations. Oh, am I... he's resisting knockback at the moment. That's fine. Then we'll just let him carry the process. Just fly over here. He'll chase us, launching his effects the whole while. My loyal Treefid will do its best to fight him and fail miserably because he is immune to all mobs. Anything that is not a player can't hurt him. Alright, so now we just got to get him to cross the water, which I'm going to do using Panic. Okay, there we go. And then up the mountain. Oh, stop making me drop my pan. You're really slowing me down, man. It's really annoying. Where'd the pan go? I don't want to lose it. It's a good pan. Oh, that would be Mortal Coil, probably. Or no, that might have been too soon. He might have just hit me with magical attack, Brew of Harming. Alright, let's fly back over. I don't have Mortal Coil anymore, which is good. His attack that makes you drop your gear is extremely annoying. Spent a lot of time searching for, well, mostly for the pan after he did that to me. You'll also notice he is not currently hostile to me. He has already killed me. The challenge is over as far as he's concerned. I'm just no longer a threat. Not that I'm sure he ever really thought I was a threat. So let's see if we can find... Oh yeah, I had my gloves on. See if we can find that dang pan. Hi, Leonard. Give me a second. I'll be with you in a moment. You made me lose my pan. I need to find it. Aha. Alright. Now, let's see about getting you up the mountain. Okay, this is not working. Alright, we'll just fly. Come on, get up here. He'll climb the mountain, and then we'll lead him around. I'm not sure why I put this glyph here. Is there something underneath it? There is. How spooky. What is that? That's a problem for later is what that is. Alright, Leonard, come on, let's go. He doesn't deal a lot of damage as long as you stay away from him and don't get hit by when he casts harm. He does have a little trouble with this section of the mountain, but I should be able to get him up. How are we at? We got 46 seconds. Come on, Leonard, you can do it. I believe in you. Mountain climbing with my good friend Leonard. Alright, before I die and lose the stuff, let's drop off the equipment that we need in this chest. I'll put the pan in there so it's safe. Sword, flint and steel, an extra in case I lose one, because he has a nasty habit of... Oh, hang on. I didn't pick up all my gas brews of Demon Bane. That is a problem. Somewhere down here, the other 8 are still. And we definitely need those, because those are the only way we can kill them. The question is, where did they land? It's also become night. I should probably sleep just so that we don't have to deal with mobs, but... Since when have I ever done the smart and responsible thing? Alright. You... Hey. That's my stuff. Don't be picking up my stuff. Alright. Is that? There they are. Okay. Now with all of our equipment, obviously this would be shorter if you chose to just kill him in the area where you summon him, but that's a bit of a mixed proposition, because if you summon him in a clear area like this, it's very easy to see the spirits, it's very easy to handle them. If you're not careful and you summon him someplace, like if I summoned him in where I did and then tried to fight him in my home, things would be on fire, the spirits would be everywhere, it'd be difficult to find them, It's much easier to have a controlled spot like this. Ooh, creeper heart. So I don't mind the extra little bit of work necessary to bring him up here. I just got enchanted leather boots with Unbreaking 2 on them. That's odd, but fun. Alright, put in the sword, gas brews of Demon Bane, put in all of this, even the food. Now we punch Leonard, get him in, and then we run downstairs. Leonard, where'd you go? Don't leave. Don't leave. We're fighting here. Come here. Come here. Ow. Ow. Alright. Ignore the little bit of flowing spirit. For whatever reason, some of Gaia's Tears comes back through here, which is cool. Alright. Leonard. Follow me. Follow me. Chase me. Yes. This way. This way. Into the hole. Into the pit. No, not around the pit. Into the pit. Don't shoot me. Just run into the pit. This way. Forward. There we go. Alright. He is now in the pit and can be adequately fought. I'm going to fly down to have my Mortal Coil trigger in my room. I love all the light show that we're getting from all my death waypoints fighting Leonard. I'm going to wait to delete them all, and I think until I've finished the final of the 4 fights. So I can just see how many times I had to die to get this guy. Alright. We're home. Mortal Coil. Let's fill up before we die. Alright. 24 seconds. So once this procs, we will be able to... I don't have... Oh, I have my... Do I have my gloves? I don't have my gloves on me. Don't tell me I lost my gloves. I'm going to have to make more. I'll search for us in a second once I die. Bop. Alright. We're back. Let's go into the sleeping world, into the spirit world. Grab a brew of sleeping. Chug it down. Alright, and then beeline for our portal, and we will be ready to fight Leonard. This is just, reinforced that there's a little bit of a dichotomy with witchery. On the one hand, hi Leonard, on the one hand, planning is really important. You've got to prep beforehand, as you've seen me doing this whole stream so far. An hour of prep work, and I'd already done a lot of it. And I prepped for hours on Friday to fight him as well. But you also need trial and error. You need experience. You need to learn things. You aren't told everything automatically. So all my prep work the first go-round wasn't remotely as useful as my prep work the second time after I'd learned lessons about the fight. Which is cool. It's kind of like real life. But really quickly, I'm just going to see if I can see my gloves. I don't suppose they're anywhere around here. That guy has my glass bottles. Thank you for returning my bottles to me. Very, very kind. Getting shot at. Admittedly, it was just some leather and redstone, so it's not that bad. A lot of redstone, but still. Alright. I'm currently manifested, which means I really shouldn't be leaving the area of the ghost walking fetish, but I wanted to check. Did I throw them in here without realizing it? Nope. Oh well. I'll make new gloves. Okay. So what we need for this is the flint and steel. If you're fighting Leonard without having access to Tinker's Construct, I highly recommend bringing multiple swords, because he will cause you to throw your stuff on the ground, and if you're doing that while there's fire, while you're fighting the red ones, or using gas and he's set the fire, then you can lose your sword. So be careful with that. The reason I have 2 flint and steels is because multiple times he's caused me to launch my flint and steel into the fire I just made with it, which is undesirable. Alright. Got my gas brews. Got my splash potions. I'm already throwing things on the ground. Alright, let's begin. Ow. Ow. Okay. The first phase is relatively easy. You just beat up on him as much as you can with your sword, grab it whenever he makes you throw it on the ground. And since I'm using, as previously mentioned, overpowered Tinker's weapons, I cannot actually lose it to fire, and he also it also gets through his health pretty quickly. Alright, so he spawned some blues. As you can see, I'm perpetually at 1 health because they can't kill me in spirit form. So now I grab the splash potions of harming. As an added bonus of spirit form, I can throw these directly at my feet without getting hurt. I find the green one. Green one takes melee damage to kill. Okay. Throw another splash potion down. Okay, that's the blue. Well, one of the blue ones. Got to get the other one still. Now I'm nauseated. Okay, that's that one. Okay, that's all of them. Now I run back in, and he makes me throw my sword on the ground. Alright, let's see if we can get him down to final stage. My stupid sword. Just ride out all of the bad effects he's throwing at you, if you can. The nausea in particular makes it very difficult to kill some of the spirits, but oh, he's in final phase, which means Demon Bane. Make an enormous cloud. He couldn't get rid of this all with fire even if he wanted to, which he clearly wants to. But he could get rid of it by enough fire and running out. So let's grab some more. Like I said, it depends on this last section, depends a good bit on luck. What he sets on fire, what he doesn't. This massive cloud should kill him, and if not, I've got more where that came from. The really scary bit is here at the end with the fire, if he could, because he could accidentally burn up his own urn, but I'm still being thrown around by all of the gas, which is damaging me but can't kill me. Importantly, we grabbed the urn before it fell in the fire. We also got Bane of Arthropods 5, the usual boss heart from Tinker's, and his demon heart again. Whew. Alright, well, we'll let that dissipate, pick up our extra little spectral rewards. And that's that. That is how to easily kill Leonard. Obviously, it takes a number of steps. You have to have been to the spirit world. You have to have a decent skill with brewing. But ultimately, that is a relatively low resource, I'm hallucinating you, go away. Relatively low resource, relatively straightforward, and for my benefit, idiot-proof strategy for taking out Leonard. So, what a lovely, lovely successful fight that was. Much briefer, much more elegant than the previous one, although I suppose throwing a bunch of lethal poisons and gases at your own feet and only surviving because you're a spirit projecting from another reality is not necessarily elegant, but it works, and that is the part that matters. So, let's put away our goodies and our tools. We'll have to make some more of the splash potions, but that's totally fine. We might actually have enough gas brews of Demon Bane to kill the next one without having to make more. We'll leave the pan there too. Alright, we're just going to take the urn. Actually, we're not going to take the urn because I have to wake up first. I forgot. Oh, except I don't have to. We have the ghost walking fetish down at home now, so I can actually just fly over here, and hopefully my manifestation will remain intact. There we go. That's the notification that I'm spending some of my time. I'm down to 60 seconds, but now I'm back within the range of a ghost walking fetish. So, what else would I like to do today, having successfully beaten Leonard? I won't show you guys the next 2 fights. I'll handle those on my own to max out my urn. Speaking of which, let's upgrade the urn. There it is. Really simple. Craft it with itself, and you get Leonard's urn. You see the little red dot on it. It is now a level 2 urn, and it has 2 slots in it. So to show off the urn and all the sweet stuff that it can do, I'm going to first need to make myself a replacement Mystic Branch, which means Mystic Unguent. which means all of these things. Good thing I just found a creeper heart. I actually think I will wake up, just so I don't burn through any more manifestation time. No, open, close. There we go. All right, and then I can just wake up here by falling from the sky aggressively onto the floor, deal myself enough damage, and I should wake up. Not quite enough damage. Whee! There we go. All right, I'm back. So we need to make a replacement Mystic Branch, and then we need to make a potion that we want to use in the urn. I won't make a fully fledged spell because I am, I'm planning to make. Where did I leave my Witch's Brews book? Is it over here? It's in one of these chests. Oh, it might have been in the chest upstairs. Yeah, I think I have a second one sitting around because of the whole clutter. I believe it's in my ender chest. Yeah, so I'm planning on making level 13 brews using all max capacity, or at least a lot of capacity. The first one I have planned is obviously going to be brew bottling, so that I can make and use that on myself an unlimited number of times anytime I'm brewing. I think for that one I'm going to call it preternatural skill or borrowed prowess or something like that, and I'll also include fortune, which is basically applies the fortune enchantment to any tool you're using while it's active, which is extremely useful. And then I don't know, maybe swim speed. Hilariously, there aren't that many useful level 1 effects, so if I'm polishing off a brew that I've gotten to like level 12 or whatever, I can give myself a trail of snow, or prevent myself from teleporting, or none of these are, all of these are useful, but they're useful when you use them as a splash brew, not as something you're using on yourself. You can even lock a werewolf into a specific shape, which is cool, but not useful for me. So I'm probably going to throw swim speed as my 13th level on a lot of effects. The other brew I'm really looking forward to making is a version of the healing gas that I used during the dragon fight, because that was so strong. I'm thinking if I put, I think it's level 2. Yeah, if I put heal plus, where is it? Fullness, which fills you up, then I can make a brew that automatically heals me and feeds me up to full whenever I throw it down. And the reason I'm really excited about that is that you've also seen me use the, what's it called? Carnosa DM, I think, effect with my Mystic Branch that allows me to heal, recover infusion energy by damaging myself. So if I throw down the Breath of Life, which is the potion I'm planning, the spell I'm planning, and then use the Carnosa DM a bunch while in it, I think I have functionally unlimited infusion power, health, and food. So I'm excited to try that out. But for the meantime, we're going to need a Mystic Branch in order to do this at all. So we got the Creeper Heart. We'll fly back over there and grab that. We also need Demonic Blood, which I have, Diamond, which I have, Potion of Strength I'm not sure I have, but I can definitely make. I do have an extra Rowan sapling sitting around, and then the Redstone Soup is a process, but it's relatively manageable. So let's fly up here, avoid all of these monsters that want to kill us. Oh, let me make a note to also make new gloves. Ow. Where? Oh, it's over there. Okay, let's grab Creeper Heart. Let's fly back. Alright, new gloves. Done. Alright. Demonic Blood, I have loads of. Byproduct of making refined evil. Rowan sapling here. Okay, Rowan is 2. That's last. That's second to last. Diamond. Got a little bit of a stockpile, but I'm sure I'm going to run down soon, especially since the highest level of power for any of your brew effects involves a charged attuned stone. So I'm about to start burning through diamonds like lightning whenever I make a maxed out spell. I've refrained from doing so until now. Let's see, potion of strength, redstone soup. I can grab my Witch's Brews book and show you. I've refrained from using the max level of almost any effect until now because obviously the potions are only one use prior to getting an urn. And the max power is a whole diamond. I'm still not going to do it for any time I make potions that are intended to just be used one-off. But for the spells, for the brews that I'm going to be using forever, I'm willing to put a diamond into that. As for duration, I haven't actually made any Mind Drakes yet, but they're not that expensive once you start using them. They're just really difficult to make initially, and then they are a nightmare to deal with, because they are mandrakes that explode like creepers, because that's a... Why? Why would anyone do such a thing? So yeah, I'll be adding those two in, and when we get to dispersal, because brews with Leonard's Urn, unfortunately you cannot use any that are just drinking brews. You have to have a dispersal method, which means that they have to either be a splash potion, which is referred to as instant, a gas potion, which is the main kind that I use, liquid, which I'll be using for my space mead. I don't know if I'll be doing it for any others yet, or trigger, which is the very cool effect that allows you to add potion effects to buttons and levers and stuff. Levers? Am I British? Levers. Alright. So, anyway. Oh, and also the most expensive effect of all, not effect, but the most expensive modifier. All of these are pretty cheap. But the most expensive is End Stone, which is a very limited quantity. One of the few 100% finite resources in the game. So I'm still wary of using them at all because I don't really want to take away from the end biome, but I think if I just make a couple maxed out brews and I take a couple end stone from the middle of the island, like inside it where it's not even visible, it won't affect anyone's enjoyment of the biome or if anybody wants to build with it or anything like that. So I think it's okay if I use a little bit of end stone and only on brews that I know I will be using forever because of the urn. I'm not going to spend any end stone on a temporary brew. And I would say the same makes sense, because I know at least one other person on the server has an urn. The Baron of Uberwald has also defeated Leonard. So there will be a lot of spellcraft going around now, which I think, honestly, this is the coolest part of the whole mod. And that's saying something, because I think everything in this mod is super cool, but the fact that once you have Leonard's Urn, you can legitimately craft spells of any level, of any power, any effects that you want, everything that you have in here, all of these sections can be made into a spell that you can then cast with your branch, which is just super neat. Alright, I need to put this book away, and then I need... Oh, right, food. I'm a person again. I'd forgotten. When you move in and out of the spirit realm so much, sometimes you forget that you are also mortal and need to eat. What have I got? Cooked fish. We'll take it. Alright. All of my deaths. So, redstone soup. If I'm remembering correctly, redstone, tongue of dog. And I've forgotten the rest. I'm pretty sure mandrake is in there somewhere. Let's just look at the recipe. Yes, mandrake, wool of bat, belladonna, and the classic drop of luck. So, wool of bat, belladonna, mandrake. Belladonna, wool of bat, mandrake. The drop of luck is mandrake, netherwort, tear, evil, and extremis. Oh, I've forgotten the order. Wool of bat, then mandrake. Got it. I also need the potion of strength. Let's see if I have an 8-minute strength potion left. I think I used it on Leonard. So, see, that's poison 2, which means you're ready for the spider eye, and then the gunpowder, and then we'll make, with these 3, we will make ourselves some strength potions. 8-minute strength is redstone, blaze powder, netherwort. So, netherwort, blaze powder, followed by redstone. I'll make some nice 8-minute strength potions. You done? Did I? Oh, I didn't put in the fermented spider eye. Whoops. Alright, and then the drop of luck is Mandrake, Wart, Tear, Evil, and Extremis. Mandrake, Wart. Do I have any extra tier? I do, a single extra tier. Mandrake, Netherwart, Tear, Refined Evil, and Mutandis Extremis. I have a little bit extra Refined Evil, and I don't think I have any Mutandis Extremis, but I do have Mutandis and Netherwart, which means I can easily make some. Alright, up we go. Oh, is it in here? Where's my brew of endless water? Ugh, we'll do it the old plebeian way with the bucket so I don't have to waste your time looking for my own stuff. This is why I forced myself to get organized, because when I'm not, it's a disaster. Alright. That full. Let's throw in Netherwart and Mutandis. And while that's making my Mutandis Extremis, we'll fly back over through the roof, which is hilariously absurd, and put some gunpowder in here. Alright. Gotcha. Fill it up again. I get knocked down. Did I try not to get DMCA'd again? Well, not again. Clearly, I've never sung well enough or long enough on the stream to actually get a DMCA strike. Okay. Drop of Luck is next. That's Mandrake, Netherwart, Tear of the Goddess, Refined Evil, and Mutandis Extremis. That should get together. Got plenty of altar power. Let's go check on the brewing inside. Alright, those are done. Put these in. Put this in with it. We'll store these in here for now, and we'll move them up later when I do the rest of the fights. Alright. So that's done. We'll put in the blaze powder. Ta-da! Alright. Drop of Luck, which means we can now shift over to the kettle. Fill that up. Toss in the redstone, Tongue of Dog, Drop of Luck, Belladonna, Wool of Bat, Mandrake. And those wonderful little white swirls means we did it right. And we now have redstone soup. I recently learned that redstone soup has an effect in of itself. It's the health boost effect. It actually increases the number of hearts that you have. But I can make that same effect arguably for cheaper. Well, actually, no. It does cost gold. And gold is a precious commodity right now. The health boost effect... Oh, no. Definitely not for cheaper. I just remembered the health boost effect is an enchanted golden apple, not a golden apple. So that requires an absolute ton of gold. Do not recommend. If you want a health boost, use the redstone soup. Even though Refined Evil costs diamonds, it's fewer diamonds, relatively speaking. Alright, strength. Hang on, this is strength 3. We need to make it strength 8 with the redstone, and then we will have enough to put kettle up our mystic unguent. Let me grab a twig. Hello, Entwig. You are soon to become my mystic branch. It is a glorious life. Congratulations. All right. Well, let's just make sure we have the recipe right one more time. Redstone soup, rowan sapling, potion of strength 8, creeper heart, diamond, and demonic blood. 8, creeper heart, diamond, demonic blood. That's it. Kettle up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Beautiful. Grab my glass bottle. And there she is. Alright. Now, to infuse it, it just needs to be night. So, let's make it night. Grab a stone axe and quicklime. I don't currently have an infusion recharge active on any of my circles, so I'm going to have to pick one to turn it back into an infusion recharge. Probably this one. But, you know, since I lost my Mystic Branch and my Ruby Slippers, I haven't had a lot of cause to use my infusion power. Alright. Infuse away. Make me a new wand. Beautiful. Alright. Now, with that sorted, let's go find a fun potion that we can ridiculously overuse for a few seconds to demonstrate the power of Leonard's urn. Is that brew of sprouting? Oh, can you put non-custom brews into the urn? Let's find out. No, it's gotta be a custom-made spell. That's totally fine. Technically, I could make a custom brew of sprouting. That's no trouble. And then I could grow giant trees everywhere, which would be super fun. Let's see. Surely I have some splash potions sitting around somewhere. Aha! Undead Bane. That should be fun. And what's that? Splash. That's not. Okay. So we right-click. We put the Undead Bane in here. Grab my Mystic Branch. Let's see. The symbol in question is right, up, left, down, down. Let's go find some undead. Alright. Right, up, left. Left, down, actually. Alright. And this should... Oh, there it goes. That's super cool. If we fly in, we'll get hurt a little bit, but if that zombie walks into it, he'll get way more hurt. Oh, come on. You don't tell me you're smart enough to not... There we go. That Undead Bane, yeah, that should cut through him pretty fast. And, as you noticed, because that's a pretty low-level brew, it took almost none of my infusion power. So, more is not always... Oh, man, look at it slaughter these guys. More is not always better. I'll probably... I may reconsider trying to max out every brew. Yeah, because I wasn't sure before if it would... No, please, Bal, get out, leave, depart the... I'm going to get myself killed. Do not die. Good. Leave the death cloud. My goodness. Because a potion of a lower level that you can use an unlimited number of times, or at least close to that, is probably more valuable than a potion of extremely high level that you only get to use 4 times. So I'll think about that for each of the potions that I make, what's worth the cost. But I do know, having tested some, that even the highest level, I've done, level 13 all maxed out brews, that are actually still only take like a fifth of your infusion power or less. So especially with the help of the unlimited infusion that I'm going to attempt to make using my brew of healing, we should be able to very effective... Oh man, my hand has an arrow in it. We should be able to very effectively try a wide range of spells with a lot of power. So with all of that done, I think that makes for a pretty solid stream. I've been able to demonstrate how to kill Leonard. I've demonstrated the use of the urn, done some brewing. If you guys ever try out Witchery yourself, try out your own 1.7.10 worlds. I hope you enjoy this tactic, and I hope that it benefits you. So thank you all so much for watching. I'm very excited to be holding this urn now. And I'm very excited to be doing lots of custom spells with it. So, again, check out our YouTube channel. It's linked somewhere on my Twitch. If you want to see a bit later in the week, I should be posting the first spell craft video. So look forward to that. I also have another article going up on the blog this week, so feel free to check that out. It'll be another Arkham Champion, so another superhero-based deck list. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. I hope you have a wonderful week ahead of you, and I will see you soon.